back to the Donair tour, Oilers Nation's quest for the 97. We are at the famous high voltage Donair in the notoriously difficult to access parking lot off of Argyle and Calgary Trail. All right, let's do this thing. All right, so to preface this before we get into it is high voltage is infamous, notorious for, you know, in the Seinfeld episode, one of the best shticks they have is the soup Nazi, where Kramer goes in and he wants to get like some of the best soup in New York City, but he can't because it doesn't order properly, and the guy just like refuses to give it to him. So what high voltage has going on is kind of their own version of, I guess I'll say, a Donair Nazi, where you go in and if you're not ready to order and you don't know what you're doing, you're standing in the wrong spot, the guy is not impressed. But I will say this time we came in and the guy working was absolutely lovely. He was happy to answer all of our questions about the menu, about the place, and it was fantastic. We didn't have a Donair Nazi at all. What would you guys say first impressions of the aesthetic of high voltage?
Oh, sorry. I'm just too excited to
Yeah,
talk.
So excited.
I've never been to high voltage, so that was my first time there. And my first impression was that it's not like the fanciest place. It's kind of what I expect for a late night Donair shop. What do you think?
Yeah, but I don't think they're open late night. The aesthetic
not.
looks the same as if it was when it was formerly a Mr. Sub like 20 years ago, which is also, I think, part of its charm. So I think I want to bring up the packaging here. It looks like we went to a very fancy deli. However, there's some confusion as to I don't know which end to open first. So we're gonna see. I think that's part of the fun, I guess.
Okay.
So Dan, I want to get you in close here at the kind of optics initially when you unravel the Donair. So I've got an immediate issue going into this. There's meat tucked in, not there at the first bite. So I'm gonna have to bite through some pita without any meat. So we're off to a bad start, in my opinion, before we even get started.
I got myself up to a great start here.
I'm with the Squire here. My first bite was all wrap and sauce. Delicious sauce, very sweet.
Yeah. I don't really have words. I absolutely just inhaled that Donair because it was fantastic. Chris is eating the sauce off of my shorts, which I think is a testament to how good the sauce is.
I'm a little disgusted.
That's one thing I'll say about high voltage. I think is the best is just like an extremely elite sauce. Like they have a whole bunch of different options for different kind of sauces you can get, like hot sauce, different things. But we got like the standard generic sweet sauce, and it's good, it's unique, and I think that, along with like a really nicely spiced and marinated meat, is like the best thing about this place.
I'm very torn about this Donair because the taste is up here, but I'm questioning whether the qualities of this meat, the qualities of the Donair. We were talking, it looks like more of a stuffed pita than a Donair. The wrap is very tasty, but it's not the soft, kind of gooey wrap of a Donair that you get from a Donair. It was almost like crisp, like amazing. Like it was very clean to eat. One bite, clean off the Donair, very like crisp wrap. But I don't know how to compare it to other Donairs. I didn't choose a lot of toppings, like you can customize it. Didn't go with a lot of toppings, which made it very clean and enjoyable to eat. But also he did put a lot of sauce on it, so me not choosing a lot of toppings.
That's what you're there for. You're there for a lot of sauce.
Exactly. So there was a lot of sauce to meat ratio on this Donair. A little too much.
Okay, we're gonna start with the good because I think I'm gonna shred this one. Very good and seasoned meat. I agree with Coombe. I am a steamed pita man, and they toasted, but somehow they did it in a way that I wasn't offended. Where are we going to attack this thing? A Donair has to at least have half a pound of meat in it, and this thing has just got little, like look, just a few pieces in there. This is the type of a Donair that you go, that if you're with a running room group and you have like a stop midway, you go run to high voltage, you stop, you eat a Donair, and you're unfazed, well, if you want to call this a Donair, and you go back on your 30K run. So it is a date Donair, as Yukon Jack put out, but to me, like, where's the meat? Sauce was delicious, but I'm not leaving this thing satisfied. I'm leaving this, eating this thing, wanting way more.
See, look, I think that all of the things that you were saying mean it's kind of a good thing. Like, I know you guys have both been saying this isn't like a true Donair because it doesn't have that, like, you know, like flappy and soggy style. This was just like, this is kind of like a hipster Donair. This is like a new age millennial Donair. The way that the way that young people want to consume a Donair, which is kind of like it's like a panini or something you'd get at I'm kind of lost for words. Kind of like something you get it's not exactly traditional, but I don't think that's a bad thing though. I think it's very classy, it's very unique, and it's very something that like it's a very new age thing.
I think it's because I've had a beer already, and I'm wanting that like legit, you know, football.
Greasy,
well, maybe not even necessarily greasy, just meaty.
You want a bag of meat.
Donair.
You want to invest in just like a big bowl of flour.
And this is where they missed the mark. It's just it's cute. It's a cute Donair, guys.
It is a cute Donair.
I think it's an elite Donair. I think the sauce is second to none. I think the meat is excellent. I think it's a damn good thing.
We can all agree that it's a different Donair compared to the traditional. It's non-traditional.
Which I think is good. I
appreciate it.
It's good to make your own version of a Donair, and that's fine. I'm glad Boom's happy, but you know, I'm here to review on behalf of myself, and I hold myself in high regard that I give pure and accurate reviews. So I feel this thing needs to be attacked.
All right. So what would you give it on your scale of 97?
Well, we're coming in low, boys. Like I said, there is some good to take from this, but I came for a Donair. So I'm gonna give this a 72.
Holy shit! Wow. Damn, that hurt me physically.
I'm sorry. Don't take it personal.
I expected that from you. How I'm seeing this Donair compared to the other Donairs we've tasted so far, I'm giving it a high voltage Donair 79.
Goodness gracious, these people are missing the marks of what makes a good Donair, and a good Donair ultimately comes down to the cheese and the sauce. We're really overrating the packaging and the aesthetic. Cheese and the sauce are elite.
Incorrect. This is a meat product.
But the meat's fantastic.
How can you say
it's not about meat quantity, it's about meat quality. It's about the meat and the sauce.
And quantity of meat.
See, I'm more of a quality over quantity type, and I think high voltage quality is extremely high, which is why I'm happy to give them an 89. I'm a big fan.